Hey everybody, Stephen Curtis Chapman here. How you doing? Well, can you guess what time it is? Story time with Stevie once again, that's right. And I'm going to read an excerpt from my book, my new book, Between Heaven and the Real World, my story. This is chapter 12. The title is It's an Honor Just to Be Nominated. And I'm picking up towards the end of the chapter in a story where my wife and I have attended the Grammy Awards, and I was a presenter, and so we are backstage after the Grammy Awards. After the show was over, we went backstage to where the performers and presenters' limousines were brought around. An attendant with a radio communicated with the attendants on the street level, and we stood in a line of about 25 or 30 people waiting for the elevator to take us down to street level when the attendant announced that our car was ready. While waiting in line for the elevator, I heard someone say with a distinctly British accent, "Well, I think that was a great show." Yeah, man, you played great." A man with a rough, raspy voice agreed. I recognized both voices immediately. I partially turned my head so I could see for sure who was standing behind Mary Beth and me. I nudged my wife and whispered, "Don't look now, but Sting and the boss, Bruce Springsteen, are standing right behind us." Mary Beth whirled around and saw the two rock stars standing within inches of us. "That's Sting and Springsteen," she said quietly but excitedly. "Yes, I know," I said, trying to act cool. She hit me in the arm. "And you told me not to bring my camera." "Yes, exactly, because this would be the moment when you would totally embarrass us both by asking them to take a picture with you." "Yes, I would. What's wrong with that?" "Nothing, but we're supposed to be here as peers. Even though we know we're not, they don't know that. We're supposed to blend in. You don't blend in when you start taking pictures of the superstars." "But that's Springsteen and that's Sting." "Yes, I know. Blend in." About that time, the attendant with the radio noticed Sting and Springsteen standing in line with us. Perhaps their car was next in line, but I doubt it. The attendant near the elevator called out to the music icons, "Mr. Springsteen, Sting, please come ahead. Your limo is ready." The rest of us standing in line were waiting patiently. It really wasn't fair that the attendant allowed the stars to jump the line, but they were, after all, Sting and Springsteen. Most of the people continued talking and were not offended, all except one person, the queen of what is right. As Springsteen and Sting started to walk around us, Mary Beth called out playfully, "Hey, wait a second. We're all waiting in line here." I wanted to be invisible at that moment. My wife had just called out Sting and Bruce Springsteen. The famous stars laughed and waved as they proceeded to the elevator. Before entering the elevator, Sting turned around and called back to Mary Beth and me, but mostly to Mary Beth. "Come along, you can join us." Mary Beth climbed on her high horse and put her arms over her chest and said, "Nope, we're just going to wait our turn like all the rest of the people here." The other people in line clapped in good-natured applause. Springsteen may have been the boss and Sting a polite Brit, but to the people in line backstage after the Grammys, the most memorable person there was Mary Beth. I only hoped we wouldn't bump into Sting and Springsteen at the after party.